This is 5 on your side at 4. Focused on you.
Right now at 4, a community in mourning after a Jefferson County mother is now charged in the deaths of her 2 children. Today we're learning more about those young victims. We want to thank you for joining us at 4. I'm Brent Solomon. Kate Quinn has the day off. Just 15 minutes ago, prosecutors charged Ashley Parmelee with the shooting death of her daughter. Yesterday, she was charged with the drowning death of her son. 5 on your side's Megan Kernan joins us live from the Festus Police Department now. And Megan, it seems like there's a growing memorial where you are there right now.
Brent, that's right. People here in the community started this memorial outside of the Festus Police Department to pay their respects for 9-year-old Scarlett and 2-year-old Isaac after police say they were tragically killed by their mother yesterday, Ashley Parmelee. Now, we've seen multiple people stop by here throughout the day to add to this growing memorial. Scarlett's dad shares these photos with us of his daughter and her brother after police say their mother confessed to shooting and killing Scarlett somewhere off Highway E in St. Francis County. Earlier today, the Festus R6 school district confirmed that Scarlett had just finished 3rd grade at Festus Elementary School. They said in part, quote, Scarlett's teachers and administrators say she was a bubbly, energetic, and trustworthy student. She could make friends with anyone, and she was very much looking forward to moving to the 4th grade when classes resume in August. Grief counselors were at the elementary school today and will be there tomorrow for students and staff who need support. There's also a memorial set up for 2-year-old Isaac outside of the Timber Creek Resort. The Jefferson County prosecutor charged the mother with 2nd-degree murder in the death of Isaac. Police say she drowned him at the resort after shooting Scarlett. People in Jefferson County have been leaving items at makeshift memorials at the resort and the Festus police station. We spoke with one woman who lives right across the street from the police station.
It's horrible. I can't imagine living through that. You know, it's just unbelievable.
Ashley Parmelee is being held at the Jefferson County Jail without bond. Now, tonight there will be a prayer vigil for the 2 children at Twin City Little League and Crystal City at 7 p.m. tonight. Live in Festus, Megan Kernan, 5 on your side.
Lots of people will show up, I'm sure. Thank you, Megan. There are now 2 GoFundMes in place to help pay for those young victims' funerals. You can find that info right now on the As Seen on TV section of KSDK.com. Right now, the jury in former President Trump's criminal trial, they've all gone home for the day. Jurors deliberated for 4.5 hours, then sent a note to the judge, who decided to stop today's proceedings. NBC's Jay Gray picks up the story from here.
Good evening. After about 4.5 hours of deliberations in this high-profile case here at the criminal courthouse in Lower Manhattan, the jury has now gone home for the day. Jurors went behind closed doors around 11:30 this morning and remained behind closed doors for a majority of that time, but signaled that they had a couple of questions for the judge in this case. They first asked if they could have some testimony reread, specifically testimony from both the first and last witnesses in this case. The first question surrounded National Enquirer publisher David Pecker's testimony. They wanted to hear testimony about a phone conversation with former President Donald Trump during an investors meeting. They wanted to hear his testimony regarding Karen McDougal, and they wanted to hear his testimony about a meeting in Trump Tower. The fourth question was about the testimony from the key witness for the prosecution, the former attorney and right-hand man for Donald Trump, Michael Cohen. And again, they wanted to know about his meeting in Trump Tower. That was followed just moments later by another question surrounding the jury instructions that Judge Juan Merchan gave the jury this morning before they went into deliberations. Now, those instructions lasted about an hour. It's not clear if they want the entire instructions reread or just a portion of those instructions. What the judge says is, we'll do all of that, but we'll do it in the morning, go home for the day. During the deliberations, the former president must remain not in the courtroom, but in the courthouse. And so he was at the courthouse the entire time. Of course, he has voiced his displeasure with this trial repeatedly today, saying that the trial is, quote, rigged, a disgrace and politically motivated, also criticizing Judge Marsan, saying at one point it was because of his instructions to the jury that, and I'm quoting again here, even Mother Teresa couldn't beat these charges. The jury, again, going home for the evening. They'll be back in the morning at 9:30. The judge says they can deliberate until 6 o'clock at the latest, so they'll get back to work here. And that work will begin with a rereading of that testimony we talked about, as well as a part of the instructions, or perhaps all of the instructions, which would, again, take about an hour. That's what happened here today. That's the latest here in Lower Manhattan. I'm Jay Gray. Now back to you.
And of course, 5 on Your Side will provide updates as soon as the jury reaches a verdict. Look for coverage on air on KSDK.com or download the 5 on Your Side app. It's free if you just search KSDK in your phone's app store. Just hours ago, the spring session for the Illinois General Assembly came to an end. Overnight, the House passed a $53 billion budget for the next fiscal year. It's the largest spending plan in state history. It includes funding for preschool, K through 12, and college scholarships. Governor J.B. Pritzker plans to sign the budget. He says it was a productive session that will help families with children.
Rising prices have hit working families the hardest, so we focused on finding ways to reduce costs and put more money in their pockets. That's why we eliminated the state sales tax on groceries and then created the first ever Illinois child tax credit, providing as much as $300 for working class and middle class families.
Our political editor, Mark Maxwell, will break down what's in the state budget. That's tonight on 5 on Your Side at 5 and 6. People in Missouri will see 2 constitutional amendments when they go to vote in the primaries. Governor Mike Parson announced Tuesday he would place them on the August ballot. Amendment 1 grants tax exemptions for child care facilities. Amendment 4 would increase funding for the Kansas City Police Department. The governor says all of the other ballot measures will be on the November ballot. That's if the Secretary of State's office certifies them. Still ahead, decades of Negro League stats now incorporated into Major League Baseball. What it means for the record books. And an urgent warning coming from Nissan. Why the company says you should no longer drive certain older model vehicles.
Temperatures very comfortable. The cool weather's going to last a couple more days, but the rain chances just in time for the weekend, they increase. We'll tell you why it's not a washout weekend in just a few minutes.
And go ahead and mark those calendars. The Susan G. Komen More Than Pink Walk returns on Saturday. That's June 8th at Tower Grove Park. And our very own Kate Quinn is the MC. Money raised will support breast cancer research, care, and support. To register, just go to KSDK.com and look for this story in the As Seen on TV section. You can also text Coleman to 314-425-5355. We'll send you a link. 5 on Your Side has been a partner with this walk for more than 25 years.